Hello. Look who's back. Say hello, Jay. Hello. So happy to be back. Most of the heavy harvest duties are over, so there's a bit of a break in work pattern, isn't there, Jay? So I have him in the evenings to help with a few things, and I now know what I'm doing with my windows. Well, I knew what I was doing with the windows. I now know how to fit the windows. Practical terms, no, but in theory, yes. But that's still a step closer. That's still a step closer. So if you're new here, this is Rock Cottage, 250-year-old cottage in Northern Ireland that we are renovating as a family project that our eldest daughter can live in eventually when we get it finished. So the windows, I'll take you around the front because it's Noel in particular that needed a solution to the windows. So Noel is a retired joiner that Alan found for me because Alan was doing the back windows and Noel was going to make the front windows. Now I have a little video of when I visited Noel's workshop. I'm going to try and pop it in here. It was on the Instagram page, so I'm going to try and share it here in the corner. Noel is, I don't think he mind me saying he's 84, but he's fantastic man. Reminds me a lot of Alan, and I have loved working with them on the windows. So Noel's doing the front because he's doing the George and Sash with weights and ropes and all those fabulous things. But Noel was very adamant that we needed the windowsill. Not for the sake of there being a windowsill, but because you need something to put the windows on, and they're heavy. These sash are heavy. But the cottage never had windowsills, so I did not know what I was going to do. Then Shane, who watches the channel, rang and said, "Oh, I'm working on a cottage, doing a little bit of thatch." You'd have seen that on the Instagram also. Feel free to follow along. And this cottage is the same stage you're at. So I went and visited that cottage and met John. I tell you, Dee, I'm head over heels about the older gentlemen these days, aren't I?
Oh, you like them mature, yeah.
John's 76 and a sweetheart, an absolute sweetheart. And I arrived at his cottage at 9:15 and I stayed 11:30. And we tally-hoed around that cottage, and I must have asked 100 questions. But John is also a retired joiner who made windows. You all right, see? You didn't see on camera, but he had a wee wobble there. He had a wee fall.
You're easily moved.
I am easily amused if it involves you falling over. Listen, that distracted me. John's windows. So John showed me how he's putting his windows in. It involves stainless steel straps, big long nails with the head on them, and showed me how he's putting it in the stone walls. And we have a plan for the windowsills, or a flat, firm structure that the window can sit in. I haven't decided yet if I will leave it exposed or plaster up over it. We'll have to wait and see. So essentially, these stone slabs will be our window platforms if they're not a sill, because I haven't decided if I leave the stone as stone or if we plaster up, if that was straight, if we plaster up over that. And it's just a firm thing that the window sits on. Right, how do we cut these? Look at that water sitting in that. Look, this is the problem. This is why we need the French drain. Can you see that? Isn't that gorgeous? Autumn sun. Leaves haven't really started. They're turning on the chestnut. So yeah, we didn't have the keys last autumn. No, we didn't get them to November. So this is our first autumn as well at the cottage. It's fantastic. So what do you think of our babies? So we have Rusty, Rose, who did not perish, thankfully. She's just having babies. Because one night she didn't go back in, the door was messing about and she didn't go back in. And I was like, oh, something's got her. But then the stonemason had seen her and they were like, oh no, something didn't get her. But then I couldn't find her and we walked the hedges, and before she came to us she had done that. She'd disappeared to have babies. So we waited. Then at the farm, the egg house, they have like a free range egg house. Is that the right word? Probably not. Anyway, there's 3 little chickens from there that needed a home, so we have brought them. So there was a week maybe where Rusty was on his own. Then we brought the 3 girls from the farm, but Rusty wasn't sleeping in with them. He has stuck to sleeping on the windowsill. And then Rose and her 6 chicks arrived. So now we have 5 chickens and 6 chicks. And a week ago it was just Rusty walking around. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now Rose and the chicks won't go in the coop with the other chicks, the other farm hens. I don't know why. Rusty won't sleep with them either. He slept in there when it was just him and Rose, but he won't sleep with the farm hens. So I'm thinking that we're going to make another chicken coop, because wherever Rose has made her nest is really good, because I cannot find where it is, and we watched where she went with the chicks and I still couldn't find where it is. So it is a good spot, but I still want something secure. So we might use the white dome that we had brought here for the goats that Taylor originally had for her calves. So we might bring that and try and make a secondary coop for Rose's family, because she's not keen on living with the farm chicks. I don't know. Not to me to question. Maybe there was an argument or something, I don't know. But there is exciting news today. I've got something. Wait there and I'll go and get it. You're not going to believe what it is. Just wait there. You are looking at the first made window that's ready. Well, the other ones are ready, but I didn't want to take all of the windows out of Alan's workshop at the one time. I want to remove them in bits, because that's the only reason I have to visit the workshop, is that the windows are there and I'm not ready to not visit the workshop yet. Son David's going to have to keep them for a bit longer, but this is window 1 that's going in the ensuite. It's fantastic. I can't show you the detail while I'm holding it, but it's brilliant. Look, what if I move you down? And this is like made from scratch. The top piece will stay firm. It's the bottom one that's going to slide up and down. There's little bits here that come out and slot in to keep it open, because these are friction sash, so there's no weights, no pulleys, no ropes. These are old school windows, and this is a replica of what came out of that space. Because basically we took out what was left, and Alan copied what was there. So come over and I'll show you where it's going. I can hardly see with the sun. So this is the window number 1. This is what was left of the frame that came out, because Alan made me that template. Now, these ones are quite close to the edge. The ones at the front, we're going to leave 8 centimeters and then have the window. These ones are quite close to the outside. Just the older style, I think. They didn't recess stuff in. So let's see. Let's see if it goes in a little bit. Because at the front we're doing the stone sill, for want of a better word, and at the back I don't know if I need to do that. Let's see. I think I would do it if I have room. Let me take that piece of wood out. That to your windowsill, it's probably not a good sign. Right, let's see. Can I lift it? I can lift it here, I think, because I'm not sure. Well, that's brilliant. Ta-da! We have a window. And I think, yeah, I do have space that I can put a stone underneath. Something's not anything major. Oh, oh, it's so good. Oh, it's one of those times when you wish you could send Alan a WhatsApp. Oh, look at the window. Oh. That's exactly the sort of direction I need. Oh, you want to see it slide open? Oh, I'm in the dark, but I'll show you. We take these out. This slides up. And then your wooden pegs go in and hold it open. Isn't that brilliant? These were David's idea. I have no mic on, I'm very sorry about that. I can't go back to the car for it. I've dilly-dallied about that much. I just need to start. It's going to be too noisy anyway and there'll be music over it. So we don't need the microphone. I've measured 30 by 72, which gives me enough overhang, enough for the inset, enough for the inside of the window. Gonna cut it now. Of course now it's raining. Now it's raining. Coming! And I think I just made a windowsill. Yeah. That needs to be right here. It's not very square, but it's okay. It just has to be flat and firm and steady for the window. And that is flat and firm and steady for the window. We'll mortar it, level it,